Mic check. Hello, hello, everybody. Give it up one more time for Symmetry. Yes. My name is Solana Ramirez Garcia. I am with South Fulton Arts, which in partnership with MBAF, Emmanuel Law, and Summer Sounds co-produced this documentary. So it's been a joy watching this process and getting to witness just this experience of creating something so beautiful and so meaningful, especially in the art community. So, without further ado, we're gonna start our artist panel talk, and I would like to invite to the panel Emmanuel Law, Ronald Bradley, Talia Hunter, and Dylan Steele. Give it up for them. All right. Yes, absolutely. All right, and Judah, please join us at the panel. Thank you. Absolutely, yes. Give it up one more time. Thank you. Yes. All right, so I would like to start off with a general question for everybody. How does it feel watching yourself back in this documentary? So y'all can go in whatever order you please.
Hi everybody, thank y'all so much for coming out. Firstly, thank you to Emmanuel for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Hi everybody, how y'all doing? Seeing myself again through the film, it was amazing. It brought back memories. Putting the whole thing together, traveling with bro. Yeah, just the process. Like it wasn't easy, and it was a good camaraderie of community.
Absolutely.
It was cool. Yeah, I think that, it's always something to reflect upon, just being able to see yourself talk and see the work that you've done and the relationships that you built. So I think it was great to see myself, but it was better to see the way that you all received, like who I was or how I was during that period of time.
Yeah.
Well, I think I could definitely say it was everything that the word like feels surreal we describe as. I don't think I've seen myself on film like this before. I think that it was a great opportunity to do what we did initially, but I think what we've done now in having this, or excuse me, what Law has done, because he put a large foot of the work in for sure when it comes to having this film put out. It really immortalizes the effort. It really puts the effort in the stone, and it's really going to be able to live for a very long time, much longer than the exhibit that we did could live on. So I think that's one of the coolest parts to me.
Hey y'all. How y'all doing? You guys how it feels?
Yeah, how did it feel to watch this back and reflect upon it?
I think it's something that one of the other artists that couldn't be here today, Simone, said in the video. It's interesting to see us all working in that period of time because it was a journey. And fast forwarding now, it's so much symmetry in that journey. So it's just been beautiful. I love seeing us all in there. It was a lot of laughs. It was a great film. I appreciate Law for putting it together.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so my next question is for Emmanuel. So Symmetry, the exhibition, Symmetry, the documentary, now Symmetry, the nonprofit. What can we expect from the future of Symmetry as it continues to evolve?
Things to expect from Symmetry are going to be more aligned with the two verticals of community and just more art. I would say over this next year in 2025, I would like to focus a little bit more on sovereign sounds, being that we have a commercial space in East Point, and figuring out more ways to create partnerships and things of that nature for the business. But with that being said, I would like to collaborate with these folks alongside me and do another exhibition this upcoming year. So hopefully that's in the works.
That's really exciting. My next question is for Ronald. I wanted to ask you about one of the themes that seem to be recurring in this film, which is the theme of excellence. And how does excellence show up in you as an artist and in your work, and especially in the creation and the process of this exhibition?
Thank you for that question. Honestly, you really, I'm not sure how to best describe this to everyone, but there are certain things that you can't really fake or fudge. And a lot of the time when you're making efforts to achieve a goal or produce a product, it really takes what it takes. And there are a lot of things that you really, again, to my initial point, you can't fake or fudge in doing that. And as one of my coaches used to say, so let's say practice, I played football, everybody, if you didn't know, I'm sorry, but my coach used to say all the time, our offensive coordinator would say, it's oozing out of you. And what he means by that is like the effort that you're giving, the way that you show up every day, the energy that you bring to the table, the way that you engage with people, the way that you approach your job, your position, your goal, your day-to-day, it oozes out of you every day. It's not something you can fake or fudge. So I think that's the best way I could describe that.
Amazing. Another one of the themes that we kind of experienced in this film was community and the importance of community, especially in spaces, in art spaces. So this is kind of a general question for anybody who feels inspired to answer. What is the importance of community in your own personal journey as an artist? Yes.
Community is everything. I'm sure we've all have heard many a time, it takes a village. I think if I were to push back, I would say on that statement at all, I would say it takes a village to do what? I would ask that question. And with that, the only answer that comes to mind when I ask that question is, it really takes a village to do everything. That most of the time, like anything that you want to do, it's going to take kind of, help from an external source. It's not many things in this world that we can achieve under our own power. So I think that community is, if you don't have value in community, it can be very difficult to achieve that next level that you might be striving for.
Anybody else?
Something I want to add to that about community with this project that we did. The first thing that I really noticed, like in the early stages, was everyone was from somewhere different. Everyone, like they had something to do with it. So that was cool to see how everybody could bring what they got from their community to this project.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the most special parts of it, is just how everybody brought their own lived experience into this and kind of collaborated in a way where it felt truly like a collective. And I think, everybody here can attest to how special that is. Young artists that are collaborating. And with that, I would like to ask, what's a piece of advice that you have for other artists or aspiring artists who are looking for a community or to create a collective, but they don't know where to start? So that's also a general question.
My advice to aspiring artists that are looking to create communities, I would say, don't be afraid to trust in your colleagues or the people around you. I would also say that it's important to outline expectations and goals and things of that nature, because we're all different individuals. All of our passions change from time to time, but making sure that, we're all aligned and equally yoked is important. I believe in building a community. Like, for example, with this project, over this past year, I found myself doing a lot of different things that I never saw myself doing before. I got a job for a long time. I told myself I didn't want to get a job. You know, I was like one of those guys that held out. I was like, you know, I can survive without participating in all of that. You know what I'm saying? But that ended up not being true when it came time to want to pay people and things of that nature for their work and compensate like my peers and stuff like that. I had to make a decision, but in making that decision, that removed me from a lot of the spaces that I, you know, usually would partake in or, you know, frequent and things of that nature. So it required a lot of conversations with partners and friends and colleagues about like my capacity and things of that nature. So again, I don't think it's difficult to build community. I think it's difficult to stay aligned along the journey because all of our passions, our, you know, interests and things of that nature change. And just, I believe it's figuring out how to best support, you know, those people in your life when those things change or you all might not have the same passions and things of that nature.
I'd like to piggyback off what he just shared just because, especially referring to this project that we're sharing with y'all right now, we got a chance to see how it came about through the film. But from behind the film perspective, I guess it would be considered behind the fourth wall. There are a lot of relationships at this table that have existed for a very long time. Like this guy sitting to my left, I've known him since I was 6 years old. Law, I think we're going on almost 10 years. So, and the relationships that were initiated at those points in time really sprouted other relationships. He built a relationship with an artist that couldn't be here today. He's from a whole other part of the country that, you know, many of us hadn't got a chance to even go to. Just wanted to share that just because I think that's part of the importance of community. And then to your point of building that community as an artist, don't be afraid to be you. Start where you're at, you know, and be yourself. I know that sounds redundant, but be true to the groups that you feel have been true to you, because a lot of the people that do show you support, they do have the ability to support you. I think that's something that many people, especially artists, might forget. Especially myself, I have to be transparent to saying that as well, just because, yeah, it can be something that can be forgotten.
And I'm gonna piggyback off that one too. Ron said something, it might seem cliche, but be yourself and just do it. The work to be a creative, if you are a creative, it's nonstop. It's a 24-hour grind. So doing that work in order to be open and receptive to the world is something I think we've all experienced up here, and building our community. Because once you do the work and you just do it, you can go outside, you can be yourself. The world's open to you, you open to the world. It all connects and it all lines up. And I think even for this show, that's how a lot of this even lined up in the first place.
All right, anybody else on how to build community? That's okay, yeah. Okay. All right, moving on. We're speaking about multidisciplinary artists, so we have to talk about Taz. So with Symmetry comes duality. How do you balance the dualities of who you are as a multi-medium artist? And how do your dualities as a multi-medium artist come into play when you're creating a new piece of art? Take your time. We're right here, we're right here.
Can you say the question one more time?
I got you. So you're a multidisciplinary artist. So what does it feel to hold all of these different disciplines, and then how do these dualities come into play when you are like thinking about creating a new piece of art? How do you combine all of these different things that you are gifted at?
Well, thank you so much for the question. For me, all of my different disciplines are all different reflections of my multiple facets of self. So basically, I kind of just have like over the years thought about how I can like analyze myself and like view myself in a non-judgmental way, and like really see like what's inside me, like what do I like why do I like these things, or why do I respond to these type of things this way, or why do I think that way, and just not being afraid to like express myself in all those different ways and like see how they all link. And even going back to the last question, building community, for myself, because like all my different disciplines have different communities, and everybody who's in like this or that one may not be in the other one, or even like agree with the other one that I choose to do. But it's about being authentic with myself. And I feel like being authentic with yourself first is going to gravitate everyone who's being authentic with themselves or really striving to be so. And it's just interesting to see myself grow throughout my life. Like even looking back at that video, it was so crazy to watch. Even though it was just like last spring, it feels like that was like a whole different me, you know? But I love that me too, you know? So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. We love it too. Thank you. One more of the themes that is recurring in this is creating art that is boundless, limitless, regardless of the resources that you have, regardless of the community that you come from. So my next question is for Dylan. Sorry, baby. But my next question is for you. How do you carve a path for yourself when there's not necessarily incentives for you to be an artist like around you? So how do you how do you carve your own path when there's not necessarily anybody to, you know, reference or anybody's path that you can follow?
You hit it right at the end of your sentence. I really didn't have that many references as far as like how to do this. So early in my career and still to this day, like I find inspiration from the weirdest places, and I got a lot of different things about me that I can express. So like in my work, you may see something that's gangster, you may see something as sports, you may see something as nature, as far as like the things you see as clouds, trees, women. So like Taz said, like diving deep inside to see who you are, and then I just put it down on paper or a canvas, and I don't really think about what other people think about me. Like if I like LeBron, I'm gonna paint LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like this is more so just being authentic with myself, and then putting that down into the medium that I'm using.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, at this point in time, I would like to open the floor